Hey, 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 what's up? What's up? Today is Sunday, March the 16th, 2014. And I am here to bring you vlog numero dos. Okay? So, I went out into the virtual community and I asked people to give me topics that you want to hear. Okay? Touch on the topic of self-esteem first. So, self-esteem, okay, is something that we all have, but for some it could be low, and for some it could be high. In other words, for some it could be uh, negative, and for others it could be positive. But you can have extremes. When you have little to no self-esteem, it's an issue just as much as you have too much self-esteem. And I'm going to tell you why having too much self-esteem is an issue first. Because you already know why having low self-esteem is an issue. I'm going to touch on that, but let me get on the issue of your thinking too highly of yourself. In other words, being too prideful and being ultimately cocky about who you are. When people are cocky, they don't take criticism well. They don't take anything that is said to better them. They take it as a negative response because they feel that you can't tell them anything about themselves. So if no one can critique you on you and what you're doing and what you're saying, because you think that they don't know anything, you can cause a lot of damage in your life. Because when you have people in your life who love you and who care about you wholeheartedly, you can tell the difference between someone who cares about you and someone who doesn't by how they critique you. Having low self-esteem, that's common. We easily see that people don't take care of themselves physically. Their physical appearance is usually very bland. They don't really take care of themselves. Don't take care of their hair. Don't put in any effort to show who they are. And let me say this: wearing what you wear, your physical appearance does not determine your value. Okay, that's not what I mean. But what I'm saying is, when you know your worth, you're going to dress your worth. As a joint heir of the kingdom of God, I am a royal heiress to a kingdom. A royal kingdom that is mighty above all kingdoms ever created on this earth. Okay? So now that I know my value as a princess in God's kingdom, I am not going to let anybody talk to me that way. I'm not going to go out looking a hot mess. Why? Because I know my value. I know my worth. Even though I have those moments where I'm like, man, I wish I had this, or I wish I was able to do this, or I wish I was that type of person. I know who I am. And when you seek God, and the closer you get to Him, He will reveal to you who you are. You don't have to search to find who you are. He will show you who you are. That's how it was for me. I really didn't know who I was. I've always been very reserved. I'm an introvert. So all this talking I'm doing right now with you guys, most of the time in person, I'm really shy. My conversations can oftentimes be very awkward because that's just how I am. But at the same time, even though I'm an introvert, I can use my introvertism to my advantage because I can joke about it. If I'm having a conversation with someone, that's another thing about building your esteem. And now it used to be when I was an introvert, I would look at it as like this horrible thing, like I can't go up to people, which is still very hard. I'm going to tell you that it's not easy, but I wouldn't do it because I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking, oh, what are they saying about me? I already have like a list of insults they've already gone through when they look at me. But now, knowing my worth, knowing my value, and my esteem is raised much higher than it was a few years ago, not even 5 years ago. Knowing who I am now, I am able to use my shyness to my advantage instead of being all curled up in a fetal position and I don't want anybody to come to me or talk to me, which sometimes I still am like that. Let me just go ahead and tell you, people who are introverts, I should probably do a vlog on that soon. But but ultimately, I have a level of confidence even in my even when I am reserved and staying to myself. I stand up straight. I strut my stuff in my heels. Hello, how you doing? And I walk with confidence. I don't care if I had a horrible day. If I woke up and I fell off the bed, broke my ankle or something, God forbid, that never happened. But say if I have that, I will still walk out with confidence because I know who I am, no matter what I went through that morning. So when we're talking about self-esteem, you have to know your worth. You have to seek God. The more you seek Yahweh, the more you will find out who you are. You will find out your worth. You will find out your purpose. You will find out your strength. You will discover your value, your level of worth. Because if you're putting a phone is valuable. An iPhone, if we're talking about, what is it, 5S, is that the most recent one? I'm not an Apple fan, I'm sorry. But if you're talking about a cell phone and diamonds, and you put a cell phone to diamonds, those diamonds are going to outweigh that cell phone. Wait, I did it wrong. Those diamonds are going to outweigh that cell phone by far. So you have to know your level of value, how much you're worth. You know, because you can know that, like, oh, because we're going to talk to women, okay? We're going to take the time to talk to women real quick. As a woman, you can have a man say, you are beautiful. Did you know that? You're gorgeous, ma. You know that? What them digits is. Now, if a dude comes up to you like that, he automatically tells you that you're an attractive person. But if a man comes up to you and says, your value is far above rubies, you're precious, you're God's daughter, your value, boom, immediately. When you realize that what he's telling you is the truth, okay, and he's telling you what God is saying about you, your level of worth, when you look at your level of worth, to him, much higher than somebody who's like, yo, mom, what them digits is, yo. So know your value. Don't just know your value and know your worth. Know the level. Be a ruby. Don't be some chickpeas. That's all I'm saying.